I'm here today with Daniel Clarke, the founder of Elderado. Daniel, why don't you tell us a bit more about the solution you've developed?
Yeah, so Elderado is the first website in Ontario to compare all 1,400 long-term care and retirement homes. So it works kind of like booking.com, where you search in an area. Then we've got a variety of different filters, things like starting price, the care services that you need, the language of care, the culture of the home, in order to really be able to narrow your focus. And then when you look at any of the homes, we try and have information that'll give you a feel for what day-to-day life is like. So whether that's video tours, inspection reports, sample menus, or activity calendars. And then finally, we actually let you contact all the homes through our platform, whether you're going to send them a message or give them a call.
That's pretty incredible, especially when you consider there's 1,400 homes. No wonder it's overwhelming.
Absolutely.
So I know with you, it all started when your own family was trying to navigate the elder care landscape after your grandmother was hospitalized with lupus. And you personally realized just how complicated and overwhelming it was to compare these options. So since then, you've become quite an expert in the field. Can you tell us a bit about how that has looked for you?
Yeah, so for some context, when my grandma was hospitalized with lupus, it was a degenerative disease. So my family had done quite a bit of research ahead of time, but there's still that moment where my grandma's in the hospital and we realize that she needs to either move into assisted living or long-term care. So they pair us with a social worker in the hospital, and she's really there to be able to help and support us, and she was great. The issue is that in a lot of ways her hands were tied. So she was able to give us a list of local long-term care homes, but wasn't able to provide or wasn't allowed to provide recommendations, and then didn't have information about retirement homes. So my family was running around to different homes, scouring the internet for information to try and figure it all out. So what we're now trying to do with Elderado is make it a lot easier for you to be able to narrow that focus to the 2, 3, maybe 4 homes that are most likely to be the best fit, so you can focus your resources, your time on visiting those homes. And so something that I've been doing is trying to visit as many retirement homes as possible. So far I've been to 50 retirement homes this year. I plan on getting to at least 100. And a big reason for that is that it's one thing to see on sort of a checklist for what a particular home has, but something that I have realized, it's the people inside the home that really give it its personality. So we tour a lot of homes to try and get a feel for as many different homes, and then also figure out how we can help other families who are looking for a particular type of home be able to find exactly what they're looking for.
That's great. And 50 is quite an accomplishment already this year. So you've been busy. I know. So Elderado was recently awarded funding as part of the Center for Aging and Brain Health Innovations Ignite program. So tell me a little bit more about that and kind of what your plans are with the funding.
Yeah, so Center for Aging or Brain Health Innovation, they're also known as CABI. So if you're involved with anything in the elder care or brain health space, you really want to be involved with CABI. So we're really excited to be working with them. And so a big focus of our funding is, well, it's in a couple of different areas. So one of the things we want to be able to do is make Elderado bilingual. So adding French to it and potentially adding 1 or 2 other languages as well. We also really want to help support people who have different, whether it's dementia, Alzheimer's, or other cognitive challenges. So things that really are what CABI focuses on. So we're about to release filters so that if you're just looking for memory care in retirement homes, you're going to be able to find that, or help people to be able to navigate those, navigate the dementia and Alzheimer's space. And then we also just want to be able to innovate a lot faster and just to continue to make our platform better for our users. We're really proud that we've had over 35,000 people use the platform so far.
So many already.
So we're able to collect a lot of great insights from the users. So being able to apply more of that so that we can continue to innovate and just make it easier for families who are navigating this process.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on receiving that funding. And it sounds like you guys have some pretty incredible plans for it. So very exciting. What are you doing to get the word out about Elderado? What's working?
Yeah, so there's a few different things. So I mean, social media is a big part of what we do. So we try and really share informational content. So helping families that are going through this process, or maybe somebody where they know they're supposed to be proactive, but they just haven't got around to looking yet. So we try and provide really helpful information, show off what it looks like inside a retirement home or long-term care home, because the reality is a lot of people have, a lot of people, what they think of as retirement living, like that's just not what it is, that it's not a sterile hospital-like environment. There's, I mean, retirement homes are going to rival some of the nicest resorts that you've ever been to. So social media is one component. We've also been lucky to have some great partnerships. So we're included in Family Council Ontario's Making the Move to Long-Term Care guide. So that was really great for us because it's this incredible guide for anybody that's looking for long-term care, and within it, they included Elderado as a recommended resource if you're going to search or compare homes. And then we also have great community partnerships, whether it's with community paramedics or social workers, where they've got our postcards that on one side help families understand the difference between long-term care and retirement homes, and the other side have our information. And so we just ordered another 5,000 of those postcards because it's been a really great way that we can support the the frontline workers that are in the community, and it can help us get the word out.
That's awesome. I'm sure the frontline workers just appreciate having this because they receive so many questions all the time, and they're finally able to direct families to a one-stop shop to find all this information and all these resources. So that's really great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been something that's been a really great partnership for us, because the reality is that the social worker that's helping a family navigate elder care, they've got a lot on their plate, and there's a lot of different aspects of healthcare that they're going to be helping families through. So, if we can help take some of that burden off their shoulders, then it ends up being a win-win.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So as a client, how have you felt that Spark Center has been able to assist you along your journey?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a bunch of different ways that have been really great for us to be involved with Spark Center. So kind of the biggest one really helped put us on the map was the Accelerate Pitch competition last year. So, having a Spark Center organize something that is at Lakeridge Health, that gets us in front of, healthcare administrators, frontline staff, doctors, nurses, all that kind of thing. And it's not just the opportunity to pitch there, but then to have a table and a display, and then all the work ahead of time. So I got to work with Frank on my pitch, and something like that was really helpful. Then there's all the other networking events, and it's not just getting to meet with professionals in the community, but I found it really helpful getting to meet with some of the other entrepreneurs, because there's certain times where there's just things that we're going through together, where it's that shared experience, and then all the one-on-one mentoring that we're able to get has all been really helpful for us.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome to hear. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Spark Center today, Daniel. For anyone that's interested in learning more or potentially getting in touch, where should they go?
Yeah, so our website is elderado.ca. So we spell it elder, like ELDERADO.ca. You can find us on social media. Usually our accounts are elderado.ca, kind of where you can find us anywhere. And if we can help you navigating your long-term care retirement home options, we'd be happy to help.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Daniel. Take care,
Thanks a lot.
everybody.